I'm Nick Skapyak, Senior Director of Global Intelligence. Here's a look at what we're tracking. In defiance of international sanctions, North Korea conducted its fifth and largest nuclear test 6 months after the United Nations Security Council enacted strong sanctions against the country and top-ranking officials within the regime. To date, there's been a typical response: international condemnation by the United States, Japan, and South Korea, and specific calls for more sanctions. China has opposed more sanctions. The difference this time around is that there's severe flooding triggered by an August typhoon has created a humanitarian crisis. In the face of this, additional sanctions could be viewed as a callous response. Moreover, sanctions just haven't worked in halting North Korea's nuclear march, nor have sanctions brought North Korea back to the negotiating table, all but ruling out the prospects for an Iran-style agreement. Moreover, the United States responded to the recent test by flying nuclear-capable bombers over South Korea as a show of force, ostensibly sending the message to North Korea that this latest test will not be taken lightly. Overall, the situation on the Korean Peninsula adds to the tense situation in a region already affected by the situation in the South China Sea. Furthermore, it's becoming clear that breaking the test-sanction cycle will require action from China, North Korea's largest trading partner and ally in the region. Staying in the Asia-Pacific area, we're also taking a deeper look into deteriorating relations between the United States and the Philippines. While the comments by Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte concerning U.S. President Barack Obama made headlines, lesser known was his statement that U.S. Special Forces should be removed from the Philippines, where they have been helping combat Abu Sayyaf rebels. Beyond the immediate impact of combating the rebel group, U.S. military presence in the Philippines is critical to maintaining military balance to the region. The Philippine military is in need of an upgrade to both its capabilities and its overall strength, something the U.S. was helping to achieve. Assuring the security of the Philippines helps protect U.S. economic interests. The U.S. is the largest foreign investor in the Philippines and is the country's top trading partner. Despite a somewhat difficult history, the U.S. and the Philippines share a mutual defense treaty, and in January agreed on terms that will allow the United States to use military bases around the island nation, a factor with a direct impact on regional security. Whether Duterte's statement is an indicator that leads to the U.S. removing its troops and/or additional changes to relations between the countries is something we'll be monitoring. Travelers need to be aware of the potential outbreak of Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, a tick-borne illness with a 30 to 40% fatality rate. The virus infects the blood of animals and humans bitten by the Hyaloma tick, an insect with a range that affects much of Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Eastern Europe and the Balkans, located below 50 degrees north latitude. Historically, there have been outbreaks of CCHF around the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Adha. This is due to a ritual, sometimes amateur butchering of lambs and other livestock for celebratory feasts, animals commonly afflicted with CCHF. When humans come into contact with the blood of infected animals, they contact CCHF. Additionally, the first case of a human transmission via tick bite has been recorded in Spain, a potential indicator that the range of the virus continues its expansion. With no known antidote or vaccination, we'll keep our eyes on CCHF for further developments. Finally, we return to the Asia-Pacific region for a report by the New York Times. The Times reported that swooping season has begun for the native magpie in Australia. According to the story, the magpies attack anything they deem a threat to their nest, most often human bikers, runners, and pedestrians. A review of the website Magpie Alert reports that to date there have been 2,912 attacks that have caused 391 injuries. While the magpie attacks are unlikely to lead to further destabilization of the region, they certainly are a disrupting factor to daily commutes and exercise in Australia.